Hello, Mark. How are you? Welcome into the live, into the stream. How can I help you today? You're good. That's good. Thank you for the changing the picture for the screen real quick. Sorry, I'm back. Can you hear me? I don't know what happened. Are you still there, Mark? Okay, cool. I don't know why that happened. Maybe I shouldn't just put a picture up there. Are you new to my stream, Mark? I feel like I've seen you before. Did you have a yes or no question? How can I help you? You've been here before. Yeah, you seem familiar, for sure. Um, should I work at the city jail? Okay, let me see. Spirit, please guide and protect me to do this reading. Thank you. Amen. Spirit, should Mark Ryan's work at the city jail? Yes or no? Should Mark Ryan's work at the city jail? Yes or no? I feel like Spirit is telling me no, but then the cards are kind of telling me that you could possibly get an opportunity within the city jail. But I almost feel like there might be something better out there for you, like a better opportunity. So I would keep looking, and I would not. What I'm getting is like, don't stay like in that bubble of like limiting yourself to only this certain area or this type of job, if that makes sense. I would explore your horizons is what I'm getting, because I feel like there's an offer coming in, but I feel like Spirit is saying it's not the city jail, it's something else. I almost get the vibe that maybe you might work in like HR or something like that, like some type of administrative role. So, I mean, that's kind of what I get, Mark. Does that resonate? Does that make sense? And if you want a donated reading, let me know. It's any amount. It's any amount today. I have Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. But did that make sense for the free question? You'll donate? Okay, cool. You have Cash App, right? Okay. It is so hot outside today. I can't with the weather. It's crazy. Hoping some of my regulars will come in because I haven't been on as much, but I guess we'll see. It's pretty early in the day. You sent it? Okay, awesome. Welcome in anyone else that's joined. Thank you for joining. I'm doing free yes or no's and then paid any amount donation, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Mark. I got it. Thank you so much. What is your question? It can be any question. It doesn't have to be a yes or no. So donated readings can be any question. It's in depth. You can even kind of ask follow-up questions as well related to the topic. I don't really do health as much, but um, it just depends on the type of question about health. But yeah, pretty much anything I can look at. Or did you want me to look more into like the job search stuff? You have my undivided attention because there's nobody else in here. So you came in like right away to what career should I pursue, even if I have to get more education for it? Okay, okay. I figured that's what you were gonna get, um, and I like that question. Let's see what comes up. Again, thank you for the donation. And then also, if you have more questions, like not related to this, but like if you want more questions, it's the same. Donate any amount for another question type of thing. So yeah. Spirit, please kind of protect me to do this reading. Thank you, amen. Spirit, what career path should Mark Ryans go into? Give me guidance for Mark, please. What career path? Career reading for Mark Ryans, Spirit. What career path should Mark Ryans go into, Spirit? I immediately get like a leadership role, but it doesn't have to be like something like CEO or anything like too crazy. But I definitely feel like you are meant to be in a leadership type of position, even if it's just a manager or a lead of some sort, or just being in charge of something, if that makes sense. I definitely feel that for you is, and maybe that's what you crave too. I feel like deep down you have this desire of like kind of wanting a higher position, not just, lower or mid level. Like, I feel like you do want to be in charge and you do want to kind of have the say and maybe like monitor or, watch over other employees, if that makes sense, other subordinates. So I feel like you, like, even if you don't admit it to yourself, or if you don't know about it, maybe you do know this, but I feel like you do crave like a higher position that requires you to kind of be, I don't want to say like full blown boss, but like in a sense, you do want to have some type of authority, over others or at the workplace. Does that make sense? Let me see here. Spirit, what career should Mark Lyons pursue? What career should Mark Lyons pursue, Spirit? I do feel like you're very hardworking and like you have a lot of dedication when it comes to work. So I feel like you have what it takes to actually like get ahead in a certain field. But I think the problem with you is like you're still figuring out like what you want. Um, are you like really young? Are you like in your early 30s or I feel like you're still like you're just not there yet when it comes to like knowing exactly what you want. Does that make sense? 24, okay. I was gonna say either that or like younger. Because I do get a very young energy from you. I feel like around 27, you might like have a better idea of like what you want and what field you want to go into. That's what I'm sensing. You're confused as you want to do, yeah. I feel like 27 is like going to be the year that you're kind of gonna either figure it out or like have a plan to like start maybe schooling for something. Does that make sense? Um, Something about 27 is screaming at me where you'll know exactly what it is you're going to do. And I know that's only 3 years from now, but I feel like that's a good like amount of time for you to like figure stuff out. And I think you'll be much older, much wiser. I think you'll be more of like an adult, and I think you'll know kind of like what you're interested. Um, Spirit, what type of career is Mark going to get into at 27? What type of career is Mark going to get into at 27? And the thing about you too, Mark, is that you get into something or you have an interest and then it just kind of dies out. So I feel like a lot of short-lived ambitions here. Would that make sense? Whatever you get into at 27, I feel like it's going to be really positive. I feel like it's going to be really kind of like enlightening because you're going to feel like you have a sense of direction. So at 27 is what I'm seeing for you. I'm going to try to see exactly what I still have that HR feeling, um, but I'll try to see maybe exactly what it is. It's kind of difficult to know exactly what it is sometimes, unless Spirit really wants to tell me. But um, let me see here. And I also have a different. I have a deck for career. I just don't have it on me now. But even with that deck, with that career deck, it doesn't really tell you exactly like what type of position or job. It just kind of like the cards are like working in healthcare or something. Like it's very broad. So even oh God, what is that? Sorry, I don't know where that YouTube video came up. Um, so I feel like even though you don't. I'm sorry. Hold on. Why does this keep going on its own? That's so weird. Um, Sorry about that. Hold on. I'm trying to find something to help with the reading to see what the career might be for you. Okay, you're good. Thank you. Um, but I feel like at 27, you're gonna know. Like you'll have that sense of direction. Um, Again, I feel like you do want to be in charge of something. I do feel like you're hardworking and your dedication and stuff like that is good. Um, you know what? I think the best way to look into it, because I was going to do something, but I think the best way to look into maybe the field is to just ask one by one. Um, since I don't have that deck on me right now. Spirit, should Mark Ryan's work in HR? Yes or no? Should he work in HR? Spirit, yes or no? Should Mark work in healthcare? Yes or no? Should Mark work an office job? Yes or no? So I don't feel like you want an office job per se, um, but I do feel like HR or healthcare would be good. Like I feel like you like more like government type of stuff. Like you said earlier, like a city job. Um, and maybe you just like the stability from it as well. Um, Spirit, what career path should Mark Ryans go into? What career path should Mark Ryans go into? Should Mark go into some type of law field? Yes or no? Should Mark Ryans go into a law field? Yes or no, Spirit? Should Mark Ryans go into a law field? So I feel like you still need to go to school. That's what I get. Um, because when I do feel like a law type of like police or law would be good for you. But I still sense that you're like figuring it out. Like you still don't know what you want. But I do pick up on that. Like you might go back to school. Um, is what I'm getting because I feel like you're still far from your goal. You're still far from like figuring out like what you want. So it's hard for me to say like this is what you should do or that's what you're gonna do because I feel like it's so uncertain. Um, but I do heavily pick up on some type of HR role, that's for sure. And I do feel like you want to be in a leadership role. And I do sense that you will go back to school as well. I'm seeing that. But I feel like you're still dipping your toe in the water and you will be with a lot of different like fields or certain jobs. So that's why it's so hard for me to give you like a clear answer because I feel like you're still figuring it out. But again, at 27, I feel like that's a good pivotal point for you. Either you will figure it out at 27 or you'll have like a very good sense of direction. Um, yeah, yeah, that's what I get. So I don't want this to turn into like a full private reading, but does that make sense? You're welcome. You're welcome. Um, yeah, that's kind of what I get for you, Mark. I would say you're still figuring it out, you know? Um, yeah, what would help would be if you gave me more options of like, should I work in education or should I work in like law enforcement? It would be easier for me to kind of like, you know, discern or differentiate between the two and see what I get. So that like narrowing it down would definitely help. But again, I feel like you're not ready, so it wouldn't be like a clear answer anyway. Um, but yeah, that's what I get. You know what I mean? That's the main two I was interested in: HR and healthcare. Oh, really? There's no coincidence that I kept like looking into those or seeing them. Because I think that's the only two I said, right? I said HR from the very beginning, from the yes no, and then I said healthcare during the reading, but then I was iffy on law enforcement, and I'm just throwing out the word education out because I don't know what else to use an example for. So, but yeah, those are the two that I was picking up on. And then also when I was looking into healthcare, it's like I was getting like I was getting an administration role also. So it's like maybe you're not like looking into becoming a nurse, but maybe you'll just like work in a hospital doing something else. Does that make sense? I definitely see, or it could be both, like HR at a hospital, like it's something of that sorts is what I was getting. So it's really interesting. Um, but I definitely get more HR, and that was the first thing I got, even in your yes no. So yeah, you might go back to school as well. So just keep that in mind, Mark. Did you have any other questions, or that was it? Oh, it's hot in this room. I don't want to put the AC on because it's loud, and I want you guys to be able to hear me while I do the readings. So I'm like, you know what? I'll like for an hour or however long, I'll like not have the air on, just so like it could be clear. Um, but by the looks of it, it's only showing me there are two people in here. I don't know if I should wait or if I should leave. Kind of disappointed that there's like not that many people in, but it's okay. Usually I have a lot of people coming in for just like a free reading, but I haven't been on lately as much. So, will I be able to move away from Louisiana by next year? So, that would be another separate question. Um, and you already used your yes or no. So, I don't know if you want to donate again. It's up to you. Um, yeah, it's totally up to you. Okay, you're sending again? Okay. Yeah. Definitely you get more from a donated. So it won't be like a free yes or no. I'll definitely give you more insight um, than I usually would in a free yes or no, because it is a yes or no, but I can go more deeper since you donate. And then also, Mark, I don't know if you ever want to get like a private or wanted to connect outside of here, but I do private sessions as well. So I don't know if you follow me on IG or have my email, but if that's something you're like interested in and feel like you can afford stuff like that, um, not that it's like super expensive or anything, but you know, I do have clients that book with me outside of here. Um, so definitely let me know if you do want like my information where you can have more like a one-on-one, like over the phone. Um, no video, just audio. So definitely let me know if that's something you want. Or if you just want to follow me on my IG just to follow me, definitely let me know as well. You sent it? Okay. Yeah, I think I got it. Yep, I got it. Thank you. Yes, what's your Instagram? Hold on. I'm gonna type it in so that way you don't like misread or because it's a little bit not that it's hard, but you know, there's like a certain letter, not letter, but underscore. There's underscores, so that's why it's a little bit different. But that would be, I think that's it. It's either that or just spirit, but I think it's spiritual if I didn't change it. Um, yeah, that should be it. I think it's on private, so I would have to approve it, but obviously I will. I will approve it. Um, so definitely follow me on there. I think it's spirit though. I think it's, hold on, I think it's like this. Because I keep changing it. I keep going back and forth with spirit or spiritual. So that's kind of something I do. Okay. Um, yeah, let's get to your question. Let me know when you request on IG so that I can approve it because I have some weird people requesting me sometimes. So that way I know it's coming from you. Because I kind of keep the IG a little bit um, close knitted. I don't really just add whoever anymore. So that's another thing with that. All right. Spirit, please guide and protect me to do this reading for Mark. Thank you. Amen. Spirit, will Mark Ryans be able to move away from Louisiana by next year? Yes or no? Will Mark move from Louisiana next year? Yes or no? Will he be able to? Yes or no, Spirit? Will Mark Ryans be able to? So are you here? I don't know if you stepped out. Oh, I think I got your request. I think I got something. Or that wasn't you. You just requested. Is it sin? Probably. I don't want to say it out loud. Okay. I accepted it. And then also, you're able to see like specials that I post. Just different kind of updates like that. Usually on the stories though, for the most part. So I don't like spam people or anything like that. You're not going to keep seeing like a million posts. It's mostly just on the stories. Um, so I'm very like nonchalant, but I do have like specials like very, very frequently. Um, so just kind of like getting good deals, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's like another thing. But back to your reading, because I did pull out the cards. Here's the thing, I feel like it's possible. So I'm going to go with yes and then also no. And here's why, because I feel like if you really tried hard enough, like yes, it would be possible. You would probably have to get anything, any type of job that you're offered in the other state that you're looking to move into. Um, will you do that? I don't know. That's up to you. I feel like if you were to try, I think you would get a job somewhere, but it probably will be in a state that you didn't even want to move to. So I think if you were to do it, you would probably have to move somewhere else that was not really something on your radar. So like it's possible in that sense, but if like you had something really big in mind, like moving to like a very expensive city like Miami or like Chicago or something, I feel like you probably wouldn't be ready yet because you don't have that career, you don't have that. Hello, Svetlana, how are you? I just feel like you don't, like you're not ready yet, if that makes sense. Um, like, but I feel like it's possible, like it's not impossible. But I just feel like not yet is what I keep hearing. I feel like keep going with the flow and seeing like where life takes you and like what happens, like what's meant for you and your life. You know what I mean? Like, don't force it either. Like, if it's not working out, it's not working out. You know what I mean? Because I still feel like you're stuck financially, or you're stuck with not knowing, like, you're stuck with the fact of like not knowing what you want to do with your career yet. So it's kind of like that limbo state. You know what I mean, Mark? Um, on the one hand, I feel like you do want to move, but on the other hand, I feel like you're not ready. You know what I mean? Especially with like finances and career. So I would wait it out. Again, it might be possible next year, but I don't know if you're necessarily going to be able to, or if you'll be able to move to a place that you really want to. I feel like you could get an offer maybe to work somewhere in a nearby state or something like that, or a state that you didn't really want to go to. But when it comes to like the states that you really want to go to, I don't really see that happening next year. If that makes sense. Um, yeah, so it's like a yes and a no at the same time. Um, but I feel like you are in control and you could really manifest if you really wanted to. You definitely could manifest. Welcome in, whoever's just joined. I'm on a paid reading at the moment, so please be patient. But does that make sense, Ryan? Do you have like a different, like, do you have a question about this topic? I could do like another question about, like, related to this while we're on the topic, that you don't have to like send another donation for. Did you want a time frame? Because I feel like that wasn't enough for you for some reason. I feel like you wanted more. Was there a particular state you wanted me to like ask about? Like a state you had in mind, or you don't want to share? It's totally up to you, whatever you feel comfortable, um, you know, opening up about. So it's up to you. I could also just pull a general card about it as well, just to get another card since you did donate. I don't want to just give you like bare minimum, you know? Svetlana, bro, I'm about to finish with Mark, so I will get to your excuse me. I will get to your question, okay? After I do pick the career that would suit me, would Vegas help me career forward? Would Vegas help my career flourish? Vegas. Spirit, after Mark chooses a career, would Vegas be a good path for him, yes or no? Should Mark go to Vegas after he figures out what he wants for career, yes or no, Spirit? Yes or no? I also feel like, I don't know, I feel like something is in the way. It could be like a woman. Like I keep seeing, I mean, you're heterosexual, right? Like you're into women. because I keep picking up on this feminine energy, this like a female. Um, so I don't know if you're also looking for that like person for you, that relationship, because I feel like that's something that's contributing here. Um, Something about a relationship as well. Um, Spirit, tell me more about this female. Tell me more about this female, Spirit. Oh, homosexual. Okay. Um. Okay. I feel like. Um. Could it also be because we're on the topic of career and stuff like that? Could it also be like the orientation? Could that be something that is a little bit in the way? You need to have a certain type of career that like is in alignment with maybe that part of you, or like being accepted or not being judged. Like I feel like maybe that has something to do with it. Does that make sense? Um, or maybe in a good way. Maybe it's not in like a negative way, because I do get positive cards around um, that feminine energy I was seeing. So it could be that you are kind of exploring who you are, like exploring yourself and like figuring out like what would suit you best. Um, as the person that you are, um, and like orientation wise too, maybe. Or maybe you're limiting yourself too because you think that you're not like the same as most, that maybe you can't do certain jobs, or that like they're not a fit for you for some reason. Something about that plays a role. Um, you're gonna have to let me know if that resonates, but I feel like that is something that maybe is on your mind or concerns you. You know what I mean? Um, or maybe you even feel like, okay, since I'm not straight, then I should be doing this, or I would be better at doing that. Like, definitely feel like that's something that's contributing, if that makes sense. Um, yeah. But I think you really need time. I think you need time. And as far as like the Vegas thing, um, I do feel like that's a good thing. I don't get anything bad from that. Um, oh, that's what it is. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So you're kind of maybe looking into roles that have maybe more females in them to feel more safe, maybe more comfortable. You know, um, Spirit, should Mark Lyons move to Vegas at some point? Yes or no? Should Mark Lyons move to Vegas at some point? Yes or no? I'm just gonna ask generally. I'm not even gonna put career into it. I just want to see what I get. Um, I don't really see you doing it. I'm gonna be honest with you, and maybe it's just the energy of right now. Maybe that could change 2 years from now. But I feel like you're not gonna necessarily move there. I mean, I see you maybe traveling there, but I don't see you moving there for some reason. Um, yeah, I don't know, something. It seems like there's a letdown or disappointment with like moving there, or there was in the past. Something like that. I'm not really seeing that you're for sure going to go there at this time, to be honest. I feel like there's a better location for you. Like, I'm kind of getting more like a California vibe for you, or like Arizona. No, more California, or like Texas or California. But I feel like California would be better for you. Don't know if you will move to California, but I'm kind of feeling that you should. I feel like California is more your vibe, and maybe that because of the community there as well. Um, Maybe you'll feel more kind of comfortable. Um, Memphis, Tennessee. Um, Spirit, should Mark Ryans move to Memphis, Tennessee? Yes or no? Should Mark Ryans move to Memphis, Tennessee? Yes or no, Spirit? I get a good vibe from that. Yeah, I get a good vibe from that. I could see that happening more for sure. I think that would be a good place for housing for you. Like if you would be looking into like maybe cheaper housing or like buying a house or something like that, or like being around more greenery, maybe around more nature. I definitely see that that's a good. I feel like that's way better than the Vegas thing, like way better. So yes. So yeah, I got a good response for that. But yeah, that's kind of what I get, Mark. I appreciate the donations very greatly. Um, and again, reach out to me on the IG if you need anything. Um, and I think that pretty much concludes the readings. Svetlana, are you still in here? I feel like I ignored her. She's probably not in here anymore. Okay, I was always wondering about Vegas and Memphis. Thank you. Yeah, I would go with the Memphis more. I get a really weird vibe with Vegas. Um, and we could look into that maybe in like a private if you wanted, but I got something really like off with the Vegas thing. So, yeah, but the Memphis definitely was better. Um, okay, Svetlana, I got you. Will 8 have changes in my career? Can you tell me what that? Can you give me a name? I don't know what 8 is. Or were you trying to say I? Will I have changes in my career? And can you be like more specific? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean by changes? Yeah. What do you mean by changes? Like, try to be more specific. Unless you want to donate and get like a better, like, you don't have to ask a yes or no. Like, what changes are coming in my career? Um, like that would be better. But if we're gonna just do the free yes or no, be a little bit more specific so that you get a better response. You know what I mean? You know, yeah. It just will be a better result. You're welcome. So how do you wanna word it? What do you want to do with the question? Have a great day. Wait, I'm confused. You don't want the question? You don't want the free yes or no? Are you sure you've been waiting? Um, Maybe if I ask like, will you have positive changes in your career? That could be a better yes no. Just tell me what you want. Yes? Okay. Spirit, will Svetlana D have positive changes in her career at this time? Yes or no? Will Svetlana have positive changes in her career at this time? Yes or no? I feel like you need to be more kind of like easygoing and accepting right now and going with the flow, because I feel like you are kind of being like you're overthinking it too much when it comes to career. Like you're putting too much pressure on yourself and like on what will come. I see you being really hard on yourself. So I feel like releasing that control, that sense of control, is something that you need to do, Svetlana, when it comes to career. I also pick up on hair, so I don't know if you're like you work at a salon or if you're interested in like beauty or hair. Definitely let me know on that one. But I think that there are positive changes coming. Just don't get in your own way. Does that make sense? I feel like you're getting in your own way, which is preventing those positive changes from coming in when it comes to work. Does that make sense? So it's like it's there, but it's also not there. So you need to kind of be more like open, you know? Does that make sense? That's what I get. I hope that resonated, Svetlana. You are welcome. You are welcome. Was there anyone else that wanted a free yes or no or donated or anything like that? I think it's only Mark and you that are in here. Sometimes I'll do like a group reading if there's like a few people in here, but there's not that many people in here, so I don't even want to do a group reading. Usually, if it's like at least 5, 6, 9 people, that would be good for a group read. But because there's not that many people, I don't think I should do it. And then also, I've been on for almost an hour, so I might just get off just to maybe I'll come back later. I don't know, because I usually have way more people come in. It's very strange that I only have like 2 people. Not that it matters though. You know, I still got to do readings, so it's all good. But yeah, I think I will probably head off and I'll come back on. Thank you for joining, whoever has joined. My IG is definitely up there if anyone wants to follow me on IG. And definitely subscribe if you haven't already. But I think Mark and Svetlana are already subscribers. So yeah, I will catch you guys next time, okay? Maybe I'll come back on today later, like later on today. Something like that, okay? Thank you to those who have donated, and thank you for just coming in and being here and supporting. Okay. All right. Bye.